Hello and welcome to another episode of Tezla Maths. Today we're going to be teaching you how to do BIDMAS. So what BIDMAS does, it's an acronym and it helps you remember the correct order of how to do your calculations when dealing with maths. So the B in BIDMAS stands for brackets. Now as you can see in this example, we've got 3 plus 1 times 2 in brackets. So if you were just going to follow normal rules, you'd go 3 plus 1, which is going to give you 4 times 2. And that's going to give you 8. But following the rules of BIDMAS, you're going to do 1 multiplied by 2 is 2, plus 3 is 5. And that's the correct order of how to do it. So I is for indices. Now, indices is wherever you've got one number to the power of another number. For example, here we've got 2 to the power of 3, or 3 to the power of 2. Now, if you ever see any indices in an equation, you must always solve these second. You must do the brackets first and then deal with any indices after. Now after you've dealt with your brackets and your indices, you've got D. D is for division. So in this example, we've got 3 plus 4 divided by 2. If you weren't following BIDMAS, you'd do 3 plus 4, which is 7, divided by 2. It'd give you 3.5. But that's not the right way to do it. You follow BIDMAS, you do 4 divided by 2 first, which will give you 2, plus a 3 gives you 5. So, after you've done your brackets, your indices, your division, you then move on to any multiplication that's in your equation. So, in the example here, we've got 1 plus 5 times by 3. Now, without following BIDMAS, you're going to get 1 plus 5 equals 6. Multiply that by 3, and you get 18. But that is wrong. You want to follow the BIDMAS rules, you want to do the multiplication first. You're going to do 5 times 3, which is going to give you 15, plus the 1, which will give you 16, which is the right answer. So the last 2 letters of BIDMAS is A and S, which stands for addition and subtraction. Now these only matter when dealing with any of the other 4 that we've mentioned at the start. And if it's just addition and subtraction on their own, it doesn't actually matter which order you do these in. But in the example here, we've got a multiplication with a subtraction, as we've done plenty of examples with addition. So we've got 5 minus 3, which is 2, multiplied by 2 is 4. Now obviously that's the wrong answer, as we've got to do minus 3 times by 2 first, which is going to give us minus 6, and then add that to the 5 is going to give us minus 1. Right, so here we've got a big example on the screen with some brackets, some multiplication, some division, some addition and subtraction in. Now we're going to give this a go together, see what we get, and then I'm going to give you an example to do at the end. So first of all, before brackets, we're going to do the 7 multiplied by the 2, which we're going to bring down as 14, and I'm going to write the rest of the equation in to help you out. Right, next on the list would be indices, but there are no indices in this example, so we're going to move on to division. So I'm going to make this a little bit easier by putting some invisible brackets around the division, which is going to be 2 divided by 1. So we're going to bring that down, and that's going to give us 2. And I'm just going to fill out the rest of the equation again to make it easier. So that leaves us with just simple addition and subtraction. And so we're going to do 5 plus 2 is 7, plus 14 is 21, minus 3 is 18, which is going to give us our final answer. Right, so on my screen here we have one more equation. Now I'm going to let you guys pause the video right now so you can attempt this at home and see if you get the same answer as me. So hopefully now you've unpaused the video and we're going to work through this together, and hopefully you've got the right answer. So first of all, it's going to be the brackets, of course. So we're going to bring this 5 times 1 down to bring 5 on its own, and I'll fill in the rest of the equation for you. So if you've been paying attention and you've been doing this right, then you will know that the division is next on the list. So again, I'll put these invisible brackets around. We're going to do 4 divided by 2, which is going to give us 2. And then when you fill out the rest of the equation, you should have something that looks like this. So next on the list of BIDMAS, it's multiplication, of course. We've got 3 multiplied by 7, which we're going to bring this down, and it's going to give us 21. And then you're going to be left simply with some addition and subtraction, and hopefully you can all do this. 8 plus 2 is 10, minus 5 is going to give you 5, plus 21 is 26. So hopefully you guys at home have all got 26 as your final answer. Okay then guys, if you're feeling confident enough, then I think you should go on over and try out the BIDMAS game that we've got in store for you. Thank you very much for watching. This has been another episode of Tezla Maths. See you in the next one.